These look terrible. Today I want to show you a better way to make charcuterie boards. So if you're anything like me, you probably started off making charcuterie boards by hand drawing out a design you wanted, then cutting it out on the bandsaw, and then trimming it up with your sander and your router. And that works great for beginners. But eventually, if you go to start selling charcuterie boards, you'll realize the small details of how a charcuterie board is designed, it can really be the difference between a charcuterie board selling really well and it not selling at all. And so today I want to show you how you can make detailed, perfectly shaped charcuterie boards using some acrylic templates from Crafted Elements. I'm gonna make these charcuterie boards out of black walnut and a little bit of maple. I'm just gonna trace out this outline and make sure you do the outside, make sure you don't move the template while you're in the middle of tracing. And don't forget the inside of the handle. Boom, there we go. Here is another template. This template's a little bit different. It's not just going to trace out the handle for us, we're actually going to trace out the entire charcuterie board. So take a second, figure out, what do you want the board to look like? Where do you want it? Once you have it in a spot that you like, you can go ahead and trace out the whole template. And here's our final design, and this one is going to be a handle, just like earlier. Now, I think I know what some of you are thinking right now. You're saying, okay, big deal, Ben, this template just helps you trace out a design. No, we're going to come back and use these in a later step here in just a few minutes. So keep watching and I'll show you what I mean. Make sure when you're cutting out these outlines that you don't cut on the line or over the line. You want to leave some extra material all the way around the edge of the template. I'll show you why later. These look terrible, but fortunately we are not done. Now what we're going to do is take the template that I told you we were going to come back to, and we're going to hot glue it on these boards. Then we're going to get out our flush trim bit in our router and clean up all these edges, and these will go from looking terrible to looking amazing. All right, now when we put our template back over the charcuterie board, we should have material all along the outside of our line. And so what we're going to do is basically just put this with a little bit of hot glue, not too much. I just do a few dollops here and there. Before we continue with these charcuterie boards, if this video has been helpful for you, if you could hit the like button, it's a thumbs up button. It's right below the screen. Really help me out. Just helps me bring you more helpful woodworking content. All right, let's keep going building these charcuterie boards. Now that I've trimmed this out, I want to show you where I had my router bit riding. If you have your router flush with the board, make sure that your bearing on your flush trim bit is following along the template, and it just cleans this up beautifully. I'm working on this two-handled serving tray, and you can see right here, I just routed out, cleaned up one side. I have the template at the bottom. I'm about to move it to the other side, but just look at the difference. Look how clean and uniform all of these lines are. And then if you go over here, this was the rough cut, which obviously we weren't trying to be accurate, but I mean, that looks so bad. And then that turns into this with these templates. So they work super, super well. I think this is gonna be an awesome serving tray once the other side is done. Right here, I'm putting a 1/4 inch round over all along the edge of these charcuterie boards, and that will really give it a nice touch. So if you want to know how I go through the process of sanding, finishing, doing all of the touch up on these charcuterie boards, I have a video right here that will take you step by step through how I make charcuterie boards. So check out that video. It will kind of fill in a lot of the details that I left out, especially if you want to laminate some charcuterie boards with, gluing together multiple pieces of wood. What I wanted to do in this video was show you about the templates, which will make your shapes so much more crisp. I want to give a huge shout out to Crafted Elements for making this video possible. I used their templates in this video, and I will link each one of the templates that I used down in the video description, along with all the other tools that I used for this build. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me, and you could kind of join us for the ride as we continue this woodworking journey together. Hey, really appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.